And hello out there, everybody. What's going on? This is Miho from the Too Close to Call podcast, joined as always by my co-host Pags. And for you basketball fans out there, let me just come out and issue an apology. We're sorry. It's been upwards of 3 weeks since we talked Tee 'em Up NBA. However, watching the Toronto Raptors win the NBA title really threw me into a little bit of a funk there because the Sixers were 4 doinks and a bounce away from being champs. I know that's not true, but that's what everybody's saying around here.
We were a little bitter, and seeing Toronto do what they did and see everything unfold the way that it did kind of just put us in a salty little mood, and we didn't want to be the whiny little guys that said, it should have been the Sixers, blah, blah, blah. We didn't want to be those guys, so we're sorry.
We should have won. Run it back. Oh, man. But you know what, Pags? We're going to remain professional. We're going to discuss the NBA Finals, and we're going to talk about how what Kawhi Leonard did this past year was more impressive than anything LeBron James has ever done in his career.
I completely agree with you. Kawhi did his best Allen Iverson impression, but actually won the freaking series against the team. Because it was essentially what AI did with the Sixers that year. They ran into the Lakers. Kawhi did everything from defense to scoring to distributing the ball to his lesser players. Like, he was unbelievable. And I remember watching the Sixers series and just being like, okay, stop Kawhi and we'll win this. And he still got 35, so it didn't matter.
Do you think this throws a little bit of a wrench into the super team persona that's going on here? If Kawhi can do it with a supporting cast of the likes as Lowry, Pasquale, Siakam, Gasol, Van Fleet. Now, I know these guys don't stink, but those are not 3 superstars.
Well, here's the thing, and this is speculating, but I'm almost certain I'm correct. If the super team of all super teams was not hurt, they wouldn't have won that series. If Durant and Klay were healthy that entire series, Golden State wins that maybe in 6.
Well, Klay was healthy for a decent enough amount of games, man, in my opinion, to...
He didn't play in Game 3, and then Game 5, he could barely move. He had the hamstring issue. And then Game 6, he gets hurt at the very end, but they were going to win that one if Klay was still in that game.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm buying that one, man, because even the game they won, they were losing at the end, and then him and Steph went 3-3-3 for the win, and if one of those guys misses one of those shots, they're losing that game too.
Yeah, but they don't miss those shots. That's the thing. If KD's there, they have another guy to make those threes. So
I do agree with the KD.
What I'm saying, man.
If KD's there, they win that series, but doesn't matter, he wasn't. And the Larry O'Brien's in Toronto, man.
You know, as bitter as I was about the Sixers thing, Toronto was definitely the better team in that Sixers series, and it really was impressive to see what Kawhi did and his supporting cast, and one of the only times where you see a team go all in for 1 year, and it pays off.
Yeah, what is that? Can you think of any other deals people made like this for kind of rentals or 1 year guys that turned into a title? Maybe not that we're as big as Kawhi. I mean, in hockey, people move all the time on the last year of their deals. The NFL, it never truly happens. Maybe Jay Ajayi?
I was going to say maybe the Eagles' entire supporting cast in 2017. I mean, they signed a lot of them after the fact, but for that year, all of those paid off, like Alshon and Timmy Jernigan and all those guys. So maybe the Eagles, but... I mean, you see it in baseball. You see a team go all in with a pitcher or whatever, and they make a run and end up winning it. But other than that, man, I mean, nothing to this account where the guy's literally doing everything.
Everything for him, and that leads into the offseason of the unknown, where now you have the wrinkles of Kevin Durant is not going to be able to play next year or is going to play like a month, and Klay Thompson is now going to miss all of next year or play maybe like a month, which complicates everything. And with KD being the top domino to fall, Now it's like, oh, well, does he go to New York on a 4-year deal knowing he's missing a year? Or does he opt into his player option to just rehab in Golden State for the year? Because that's where he's comfortable. And those are the people that, handled the surgery and such. So they'll know kind of how to best rehab. And if he stays there, well, then Kyrie maybe not goes to New York and he goes to New Jersey. It's just insane to think about all the different scenarios that can happen once one person decides on where he's going to be.
Dude, the biggest losers in this is the Knicks.
I know, yet again.
the Knicks get screwed again.
Oh, like, dude, and did you see the media piling on at the draft last night for the Knicks?
No, I did. What'd they do?
They were the only team where scrolling across the bottom, it gives the needs moving into next year. It said Knicks everything.
No.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? That is freaking great.
It was the only team where it literally said everything, and in parentheses behind it said starters and bench.
Oh, my God. But, dude, the NFL controls the media pretty much throughout the year. I mean, everything the NFL does makes gold. But the NBA, dude, just has the most intriguing shit for like 6 months out of the year where it's like, dude, you don't know where the hell these guys are going to go. And it's crazy how much the NBA controls the Twitter game and stuff like that.
It's blowing up, man. And before I make you decide on some destinations here, let's go through the draft because the draft is before free agency in the NBA. So based on some moves here, maybe that will dictate where a superstar or two goes. But first of all, my complaint with the NBA draft right away, Pags, is how they handle all of these trades. Okay?
Yes.
It is, oh, well, they're picking for them, and ultimately they're going to be sent in this deal. Well, just do what the gosh darn NFL does. Put the right team where he's ultimately going to end up on the screen, and Twitter reacts, oh, the Sixers picked this guy at 34, but he's ultimately going to go to the Atlanta Hawks. Well, then don't tell me the Sixers took him. The Hawks took the guy. The Sixers didn't take anybody. Just say Sixers trade pick 54 to the Hawks. Like, I don't even care who it was, but just all these swaps, man. My dad was texting me too going, wait a minute, so is this guy ours or is this guy ours? Well, then why is the Celtics symbol there? And I was just like, I don't know. I can't explain it because I guess they don't go official until the commissioner looks at them or till the next year. But like, no. They're official. They agreed on them. They drafted these guys with the purpose of trading them. Just change the logos in the team so I have a goddamn clue about what's happening, please.
I have a quick fix for that. Just put the draft maybe 2 weeks after the NBA Finals when the NBA season actually begins. Like, why the hell do you have to have it so quickly? I mean, me and you were like, holy shit, the draft's this week.
Yeah, that's why we kept pushing back the podcast because we were going to do one this time. Then I was like, oh, well, we might as well wait till this. Oh, we're going to do it. Well, the draft's in 3 days. We might as well wait till after the draft. And here we are. It's the 21st, and we've had a champion the draft, and free agency starts in like 4 days.
Nothing is more confusing than the NBA draft. I would rather learn calculus again than try to figure out what the hell's going on in the NBA draft.
So I found a website that thankfully listened to me just now and actually put the teams on where they're ending up with who they took. So we're going to run through a couple of them here. And I have a few surprises, man, that were, kind of interesting to me. Was obviously the top three, everybody knew. Zion, Ja, or J.A., whatever one, and then R.J. Barrett. And the fourth one started with the trade. Ultimately, the Hawks, they took the kid out of Virginia. Okay, no problem there. Cleveland takes the point guard out of Vanderbilt. And he was the first guy who I was like, what? After reading about it and with John Beeline's new offense there, apparently people are liking this pick as well.
Yeah, that was the Garland pick. You were like, whoa. You kind of thought Culliver was probably going to go there. Or Kobe White from Carolina, but yeah, man, that's an interesting pick. It's always interesting when these guys get picked from teams that you didn't even see in March Madness, and you're like, who is that guy?
Ben Simmons, number 1 overall. Who is that?
If you want to go further, Markelle Fultz.
Oh,
who
man.
are these guys?
Oh, spoiler alert. Another Washington Husky to the Sixers. We are screwed, Bags. That was my one wish. Sidney Jones, Markelle Fultz, not panning out. So, hey, third time's the charm.
Yeah, I hope so.
As you roll through here, the next surprise was Cameron Johnson at number 11. People were talking to him at the Sixers at 24. To see him go all the way that high was a surprise. And then Miami takes Tyler Hero from Kentucky at 13. And I was like, really, that guy? He's going that high? And things from there, man, just it's one of those where I want to look back at these mock drafts because nobody was right whatsoever.
No, and that's how the NBA is every year. Like, people say how many you get wrong in the NFL draft. The NBA draft is just a clusterfuck, and you don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Oh, in the second round, it was just chaos, man. I mean, I'm looking at all these picks, literally, okay, second round, starting the second round. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, and 47 all had some sort of a trade involved with the pick, which is why we couldn't follow where any of these people are going.
Hey, Bol gets drafted. I'm excited to see him go against Embiid and Embiid just shove his body around.
How about that guy? Was the number 3 overall recruit coming out of high school last year and fell all the way to 44 due to concerns about work ethic as well as his health.
Well, his dad, Manute Bol, I mean, he played in the NBA for a while. He was the tallest guy forever in the NBA, so he's got some pedigree, but the dude can't move. I mean, he's tall and all, but I'm glad.
Yeah, we saw like the guy Mo Bamba last year was solid but not spectacular just because the bigs at the next level are physically just so gifted and huge human beings. These string bean, chicken leg guys like Nerlens Noel and whatnot just don't have the body to bang down there with the top in the game.
Well, you got Embiid, you got Boogie, you got Anthony Davis, like those dudes, like you're not going to be able to not body them up, or they're going to score at will.
Right, Vukovic, Karl Anthony Towns, Horford, even. It's a big boys game. Gasol, as we saw in the finals.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not going to happen. But let's wrap up the pod here as we're coming up a little bit on time with some predictions in free agency and some of the rumors we've seen. Again, we mentioned KD and Thompson. We've heard Kyrie to the Nets potentially. Jimmy Butler flirting with the Lakers or Houston, maybe even the Nets. We got Kawhi Leonard. It looks like it's either Toronto or the Clippers. However, the Lakers are going to do everything they can to run at him. The Lakers already got Anthony Davis. We were going to do a pod after that.
We buried that.
We were going to do a pod after that, and then we kept going and all this shit. I'm forgetting about that. And it's just, so give me some picks on where everybody's going to end up here with those, 5 or 6 guys that seem to be the top ones that I just mentioned.
Well, here's the thing. I think I take the Lakers out of it unless maybe Kemba wants to take less money. I could see Kemba ending up in L.A.
It's another good name.
I just don't think the Lakers are going to have enough money to bring that. Certainly not max out Jimmy. So I really do think Jimmy's going to end up back in Philly. I could see Tobias ending up in a Brooklyn uniform. I have no idea where D'Angelo Russell is going to end up.
Well, that's where the rumor there with Brooklyn is that apparently there's hesitation now on Brooklyn's side with Kyrie because they wanted to pair him with Kevin Durant. And without Durant, they may not want Kyrie because of his leadership and the locker room issues that happened in Boston. So if he doesn't go there, will they then bring back D'Angelo Russell?
Right, yeah, that's... Jeez, dude. I bet Klay ends up back in Golden State for maybe a 1-year deal.
That's the thing with Klay and KD.
They're going to bring him back and then just keep him on the back burner and then deal with him next year.
But would you, as that player, take 4 years of guaranteed money elsewhere as opposed to 1 year with Golden State, knowing that just rehab and then free agency? Like, is his value higher now as well as KD's now? I mean, I know KD's the best of the best, so this injury, what's it make him second?
KD's just going to be,
but that's where, if you're them, are you taking the 4 years or are you just taking the 1 and then maybe 4 next year? I don't know.
Dude, I'd probably sign a 1 year and then be like, yeah, someone's going to sign me next year for even more money.
Because it's also the fact of, I don't know enough of the future, but the teams with the ability to offer max contracts is going to change from year to year. So an option available this year may not be available next year. Now, people like the Knicks you pointed out, they're going to have money both years because they're not great.
Yeah.
But the Sixers, they're going to spend their money. Apparently the Lakers want to spend their money. The Nets are going to spend a little bit of money. So I don't know where those options fluctuate, but I think that would have a part of the decision-making process in it as well.
Yeah, and Kawhi is a big question mark because you don't know where the hell that guy is going to end up. Is he going to go back to Toronto? Is he going to go to the Clippers like he's been saying he's going to be going to? Once the first domino falls, though, man, it's going to be interesting to see how all this shit picks up.
And it is going to happen quick because, like we mentioned, the NBA just loves to do it in bunches, and I think free agency is the first or second week in July, so you guys aren't going to have to wait another month until you hear from us again. It's going to be a couple of weeks before chaos ensues, and we have a heck of a lot to break down.
That's the word, man. Chaos. That shit is going to hit. And guys, make sure you keep up with the Tee 'em Up podcast because we're going to be coming with more and more shit. So share us with your social media friends. Put us out there. It's going to be a good listen because once this one domino falls, all of them are going to fall, and we're going to be talking to you guys maybe even twice a week. So keep listening to Too Close to Call podcast. Tee 'em up. We will talk to you guys when that first domino falls. Later.
Peace.